This second video has to do with the example problems that are on the notes that I gave you. So in this first example, if the probability of hitting a home run is 30%, what is the probability of not hitting a home run? So you're going to use the concept of the complement. So use the notation. So the probability of not hitting a home run is equal to 1 minus the probability of hitting a home run. Okay, so the probability of hitting a home run is 0.3. So the probability of not hitting a home run is equal to 1 minus 0.3. So 0.7 is your answer. Okay, in this next one, there are only 8 different blood types. Fill in the chart below. Well, from your notes, we know that the probability of all of these different events must add up to 1. So when all of these are added together, we get that those probabilities are 0.94. So the probability of being AB positive is equal to 1 minus 0.94, because the 0.94 also represents that it's not AB positive. So the probability is equal to 0.06. Okay, so Las Vegas Zeke, when asked to predict the ACC basketball champion, follows the modern practice of giving probabilistic predictions. He says UNC's probability of winning is twice Duke's. So make a list of what those are. So the probability of UNC is equal to the probability of twice whatever Duke's probability is. NC State and UVA each have a probability of 0.1 of winning. So the probability of NC State is 0.1, and the probability of UVA is 0.1. Now, I went back and forth. Each 0.1, well, this word each tells me that they each are 0.1. And then the probability of Duke winning is 3 times of that. So the probability of Duke winning is 0.3. Okay, so we go back here, and the probability of UNC winning is 0.6. So then it says, has Zeke given a legitimate assignment of probabilities to all the teams in the conference? Well, I would say no, because, and he says, yeah, nobody else has a chance. Well, when we add these up, we get 0.6 plus 0.3 plus 0.1 plus 0.1, and the probability of all of that is equal to 1.1, which we know can't be possible. So the answer is no, it's not possible. Because, and you, if this was on a test, you would explain, because the probability of all of these added together are greater than 1, and we know that it can't be. Okay, so the probability of mutually exclusive events, you should have that in your notes, and the probability of that is the probability of A plus the probability of B, given that they're mutually exclusive. Remember that. Okay. All right, so the probability of scoring no goals in soccer is 20%, and the probability of scoring 1 goal is 15%. So the probability of no goals is 0.2, and the probability of 1 goal is 0.15. Oops, 0.15. So if we want to look at the probability of scoring no goals or 1 goal, so it's the probability of no and the probability of 1. Please make sure as you're going through this that you are writing down what all of this notation is. Don't just write the answer, because the notation is very helpful as we continue and get problems that are more complicated. So this is equal to the probability of no plus the probability of 1. So it's equal to no is 0.2 and 1 is 0.15. So 0.35 is the probability of one or the other. Okay. All right, what is the probability of selecting a heart or a spade? Well, again, these are mutually exclusive. We can't have a heart and a spade. So the probability of a heart or a spade is equal to the probability of a heart plus the probability of a spade. The probability of a heart is, I know I'm running out of room. The probability of a heart is 13 out of 52. And the probability of a spade is also 13 out of 52. So this answer is 26 out of 52. And that's a totally fine way to leave your answer. You could reduce it to 1/2, but not necessary. Okay, this is supposed to look like this. So the probability of A and B, because remember independent is A and B, is the probability of A times the probability of B, given that they are independent. Okay, so the probability of flipping 3 heads in a row is the probability of head and head and head. Okay, so the probability of flipping a head is 1 out of 2 times 1 out of 2 times 1 out of 2. And that equals 1/8. Okay, so that's the probability of flipping 3 heads in a row. Okay, the next example might seem a little bit more confusing. Your friend invites you to a movie saying that it starts sometime on the weekend between 4 in the afternoon and midnight, but won't say any more. What are the chances that it starts on Saturday between 6 and 8? So let's draw a picture, because so many times a picture really helps. So on Saturday, you have the times between 4 to midnight. And you also have in the weekend Sunday, which is 4 to midnight. Okay, and you want to know what is the probability of a Saturday and the probability between 6 and 8 p.m. Okay, well, the probability that it's a Saturday is it's either Saturday or Sunday. So the probability there is 1/2. The probability that it's these 2 hours is that right here between 4 and midnight there are 8 hours. Whoops. And we want 2 of those 8 hours. So remember, it's the sample space is in the denominator, and the numerator is the total possible with the outcome. So 2/8 is the probability that this is the right time. So now let's use all of this notation. So we want the probability that it's Saturday and that it's between 6 to 8 p.m. So that probability is that it's Saturday is 1/2, and the probability that it's the time we want is 2/8. So our final probability is 1/8. So that's the probability that our time, that it will be the time that we want. Okay, so that's the end of this video, and the homework assignment is on Classroom.